3. И мы продолжаем играть в GreedFall в погоне за ведьмой-островитянкой. В прошлой серии мы выяснили, что это ни хрена не тот квест, который я хотел сделать. Но уже начали делать, будем доделывать. Отлично, порубили их. Давайте все облутаем.
These roots are so interwoven and taut that it's impossible to get through them.
Ага.
Karans, do you need something?
I must leave you. See you later. There is residue. It looks as if something had been placed here. She passed through here, there's no doubt about it. But how was she able to get past these roots? This stone stele has something to do with the entry of the grotto. But how? If you have an idea.
These roots protect a sacred passage that the Donegada wants not just anyone to take. You are correct to believe the stele is bound to the entrance. You need to make an offering. In general, you place a seed of a particular plant chosen by the Donegad that sealed the grotto.
How to know which seed to place? And where would we find one?
The easiest way is to ask someone who has already passed through the passage. There is a good chance that the Voglendike has already taken it with his mistress and could help us.
Thank you, Siora. Your wisdom has been a great help to us.
Так, Сёра нам подсказала. И нас сразу протонул. Во.
Were you able to meet the Tierna-Hak-Kadaktas?
Yes, but to my grave disappointment, she fled before I could expose my arguments.
Yes, many strangers have tried to capture her many times. She must have decided you were one of them.
I'm once again in need of your assistance. I must take the passage blocked by a door of roots.
You had the honor of speaking with my mistress. If she chose to follow the sacred passage, then it is that she had nothing more to say to you. Why would I share with you the understanding of the ritual that protects her?
Listen, I was able to meet the Tierna-Hak thanks to you, but I haven't the slightest clue why she fled in the middle of our conversation. I sincerely believe that there was a misunderstanding. You know that I mean her no harm. If I were simply given a chance to explain, I'm certain that she would understand.
You must feed the offering ward to enter into the passage and meet her once again.
I need to place a seed on the stone stele, don't I?
Yes, you must make this offering. I cannot tell you from which plant it is given, but there is a chance there are more in her dwelling. I will let you enter this one time, but treat her dwelling with respect, I ask you.
Thank you for your help.
Do not be so eager to thank me. The place you enter is ripe with dangers. As do all sacred places, it defends itself with the wild beasts that it fosters. This passage leads to a forest where the ancestors of the Tierna-Hak-Kadaktas makes her home.
And why should I fear the ancestor?
Have stories of the Nadaig been shared with you? In your language, you would call them guardians.
Yes, I even encountered one. She was magnificent.
Then you know of what I speak.
I must leave.
Ну, давайте обыщем дом. Но забирать ничего не будем. Будем только смотреть.
This looks like a collection of skulls from various animals. I wonder what purpose they serve.
These skulls symbolize the animals. Through some rituals, we greet them. We thank them for feeding and dressing us, so that the next hunting season they will once again give us the weak amongst their herds.
All of this is extremely interesting, but alas, it won't help me open the root passage. All these crushed plants and these powders. She must have been preparing a potion. It might be the miraculous remedy. To be so close and yet to have no idea what to do with all this.
With more time, I could study all of these components and perhaps...
I doubt that Ongus will give us a chance to study this. We need to find the Tir-Fradi. All of this is extremely interesting, but alas, it won't help me open the root passage. This bark is covered with little symbols. It looks like some sort of writing, though I've been led to believe the natives have no written language.
The Donegada use these symbols amongst themselves, and only they understand their meaning. It is a secret and sacred language. I cannot reveal to you what the bark contains without breaking my bond.
Can you at least tell me if they speak of a passage, a seed?
No. I would have told you.
All of this is extremely interesting, but alas, it won't help me open the root passage. This plant looks familiar. I saw some not far from here. Unfortunately, it's lost its seeds.
I've already come across this flower. It is very rare, even for such an island as Tir-Fradi.
I don't see any seeds here. The only clue we have is this plant. Let's try to find some other flowers. It might be their seed that opens the passage.
Так, давайте все-таки с Альфой сделаем квест. Потом пойдем по сюжетке. Поэтому пойдем портанем сейчас. Во. Ну карта не очень большая, это хорошо. Овечки пасутся. Или барашки. Красиво, да, палатки. Так, вот он знак. Да, лагерь. Угу. Так, нам надо... Вот. Интересно, что там с деревьями, ну ладно.
We must help these young people or they will be killed.
Hold on! Help is on its way!
Угу, отлично.
You were lucky. Without our presence here.
Yes. Blessed be the earth that has brought you to us at this time.
Ewan, I was touched. I am hurt.
Oh no! Morian!
These creatures are venomous. If their venom has come into contact with her blood, this young woman does not have long.
And we are too far from the village to seek help. How are we going to save her?
I know a potion that will erase the effects of the venom.
I have a vial of it in my bag. Hold on.
Thank you. Truly the best winds have brought you to us.
Here, drink this.
Don't worry. It'll heal you.
You can trust her. She knows what she's doing.
Morian, what do you feel?
I feel the pain leaving me.
She is saved. You have great wisdom. May the trees always bear fruits on your journey. You have saved Morian.
It was nothing. I'm glad I could help you.
You are different from other Renaigse. You know the potions. But what were you looking for here?
We came to study this place, the carvings in particular.
This is one of our places of ritual. A place of connection. What do you hope to learn from our carvings?
I seek to understand the mechanisms of your transformations. I think these carvings could help with this.
You seek the secrets of the Donegada. You should speak with Armal.
Yes, his name is Dunkas. He is also our Donegad, and his wisdom is boundless.
Here is someone who should be able to answer all your questions, Afra.
Let us go then. We will have time to discuss on the way.
I have so many questions about this place, about the rituals that take place here.
Tir to mad Donkas. These Renaigse saved my life.
What happened?
We were meditating at the sacred circle in Kerganau, and we were attacked. Morian was poisoned, and they gave her a potion.
Really? We are not yet used to the Renaigse doing something without expecting something in return. You should go and meditate now. I have to talk to them.
They are different from the others. Oh, I'm sure of it.
I hear your gratitude, Morian. It honors you. Now go. Leave us. Here you are again, Renaigse. Thank you for saving Morian. It was a kind gesture.
Please, we couldn't let her die without doing anything.
This feeling brings you honor. But what were you doing near our sacred circle in Kerganau?
It was me who led my friends there. I was hoping to study the circle to better understand your culture.
Loyans always want the same thing. They covet our secrets to better steal our land, to better hurt our children.
Calm now. Perhaps this lioness is different from the others. Maybe we were wrong about them too.
I'm not trying to conquer your island, let alone hurt anyone. I just want to know.
A noble quest that could perhaps bring peace, but to which I cannot answer alone. I cannot reveal such secrets without seeking advice from the other Donegada. But in order to thank you for saving one of our daughters, stay with us tonight. Eat and celebrate life. Maybe by sharing this joyous moment, you will learn something.
We accept your invitation. Isn't that right, Dasade?
Of course. Thank you for welcoming us, Dunkas.
I'm sorry. You look disappointed.
I did not expect your Donegad to reveal all its secrets to us, but I would have loved to learn more.
Perhaps you should be patient. It takes years to understand the mysteries of the Donegada, and since you are staying with us tonight, it will be an opportunity to continue learning.
That's what I hope.
Thank you for welcoming us tonight. We had a good time.
Yes. It was very enlightening.
We are glad that you stayed with us. We too have learned from you.
Your face brims with thoughts, Afra. Is something wrong?
It's nothing. Probably just tiredness.
We should all rest. It has been a long day. May your dreams be wonderful.
Good night.
May the moon watch over your dreams.
Is something wrong?
Dunkus wasn't here tonight, yet he's the one who invited us to stay. I also saw one of the elders sneaking out of the village.
You think they're hiding something from us?
I don't know. But since they don't want to share their knowledge with us, let's try to follow them.
I don't like it one bit, Afra. If the elders and Dunkas are gone, then we have no right to follow them.
In that case, why don't you explain where the transformation comes from?
It's not something that can be explained that easily. You have to believe to understand. You are not capable.
I see. So we will discreetly follow these people, since this is the price of knowing.
Ну вот, все, Ора репутация испортила. Надо было ее не брать. Ну ладно, тоже знал. Старейшина. Или старейшина. Во.
I'd like to speak. Bird tear to mud. Thank you for coming to talk to me. You are on Olmanawi, but you also look like a Lugaid Blau.
Lugaid Blau. Is that what you call the congregation?
Yes, those who have yellow eyes on their banner.
They're coins. But to answer your question, yes. I'm the legate of the congregation.
Is legate the Renaigse word for on Olmanawi?
No. It means that I am in charge of diplomatic relationships with the other nations.
So I was right. You will be able to help us. Some of your clan are preventing us from accessing one of our sacred glades.
Really? Why would they do that?
Several seasons ago, some men from your clan came to ask us for wood for their houses. There were some old trees in this glade, so we let them do what they wanted. At first, everything was fine. But then they cut down too many trees. So we wanted to heal the place, plant some new trees, but they won't let us come close. Their bod irony, their warriors, are stopping us from doing so.
I could investigate.
Yes, please. You must tell them that they have to let us heal the glade.
Так. Пойти за старейшинами. Разобраться с происходящим вокруг поляны Колцен. Ну, давайте пойдем сначала за старейшинами.
Here they are. Let's try not to be detected.
Хранились, пойдем за ними, аккуратненько.
Why don't the creatures attack them?
I don't know. Are they guarding this place?
If they're trained to guard it, this must be a very important place.
Давайте тоже, если их дрессировали, обойдем. Так, сейчас один момент. Угу. Они нас не трогают, мы их не трогаем, все довольны. Хорошо. Может, какие-нибудь священные животные их не, так что нас там. Ну вот как так-то, блин? Ой, бестолочи. Ну это не понравится, то, что мы перебили. Жалко.
Shh, I hear something.
We found them. Let's be as discreet as possible.
Но будем идти
There we go.
осторожно.
Get down or we'll be seen.
Там у нас по квесту. Мы нашли старейшин, что дальше?
Forgive us. We did not intend to interrupt you.
Why are you here?
We're sorry. We didn't mean to interrupt your conversation.
We need answers, so we followed your elders.
I never thought I would see you like this, hiding in the bushes, spying on your elder's daughter of Vladimir.
I'm the one who brought her here. She didn't want to follow you, but she refused to tell me what I need to know.
Well, since you absolutely want to learn, do as the apprentices do. Take a seat and be quiet. We are here to meditate, to hear the voice of the earth, because the wind has changed.
Close to us, Arwechnis Diri. You were right. Johan is ready. Morian's trial has made her more sensitive.
She is his Minundanem, and he is hers. One cannot progress without the other. She will have to bring him to the cave of knowledge. This will be his last trial before creating the bond.
May their path be gentle and shielded. As for me, I hear the call ever louder, Dunkas.
And the day the call is loud enough, you will respond just like each of us. But it's not yet time for you to join in on Nilfritten. So, Afra, are you satisfied with what you saw?
It was informative, although it's not what I expected. Thank you, Dunkas. This meeting was strange. It almost seemed like they really heard voices in the wind.
Maybe it's true.
Some believe so strongly that they end up hearing or seeing what they hope for.
Have you learned what you wanted to?
What they said about these young people we helped out, about the fact they were ready to bind themselves. We have a unique opportunity of seeing a transformation with our very own eyes.
But we can't follow them wherever they go.
No, of course not. I must think on it. Come back and talk to me later.
Ну, нормально. Давай с ней поговорим, может, что скажет.
I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
Давайте. О.
Do you often hold strangers at gunpoint?
Only when I'm being tracked. What about you? Do you often track young ladies?
Only when they're attractive. Your charm guided us to you.
Really? And how would you have known how I looked? I did not expect you to be so inane, Desade. Anything else?
What did you think about that moment next to the campfire with the elders of Vigigador?
It was strange and a bit frustrating, to be honest. What about you? How did you feel?
Интересно, что ей попросить сказать? Может быть, до
Had those
свидания?
old sages not been there, you and I next to the fire, it could have been a romantic moment.
You are really strange, Desade. Thinking about such things at a time like this. Anything else?
Ого.
Honestly,
Не-не-не-не-не, стоять. Это мне не нравится. Давайте-ка загрузим. Я его пытаюсь соблазнить. Что, мне вас соблазнять предлагаете? Не хочу с ним пытаться терять. Давайте поговорим еще раз.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
do you often hold strangers at gunpoint?
Only when I'm being tracked. What about you? Do you often track young ladies?
Your journal was surprisingly thorough, and your observations very
Она
pertinent.
наоборот такой вот
How
к ней
could one not
подкатывал.
want to find someone so brilliant?
It could have fallen into the hands of a boorish idiot, unable to understand any of it. I'm glad it was you who found it. Anything else?
What did you think about that moment next to the campfire with the elders of the Gigador?
It was strange and a bit frustrating, to be honest. What about you? How did you feel?
It was peculiar and mysterious. It was as if we were observing a game without fully knowing the rules. However, it seems to me that we learned a few things, being with them at that moment.
This is true. In my opinion, knowledge should be shared. That's why I'm so impatient when it comes to secrets. But your attitude is wiser. I will ponder the question. You've given me a lot to think about. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Так, ладно. Стоп, а я не ходил сюда. Нет, ходил. Так. Угу. То есть мы можем сейчас взять Петруса вместо нашей... Нет, у нас там нужно по соседству еще квест. Пойдемте его делать. Точно. Разобраться, что там происходит с поляной. Сейчас добежим сюда побыстрее. Симулятор беготни. Знаете, какого у него накачанные ноги столько бегать? Так, Венвар, высокие деревья, да? Ну да, давайте переместимся. Кстати, мы сейчас оставим Альфру и возьмем Петруса. Потому что дальше мы пойдем делать, где будет нужен Петрус. Тут нарвали. Норм. Или еще кто-то где-то. А, он там еще. Все, всех убрали. Ребят, ничего не хотите мне сказать?
That doesn't happen often. Do you want something?
You're very isolated here. Why live so far from a village?
It's a long story. Matir, will you tell him?
When I was young, I got engaged to a young man, but he wasn't my Minundanem. I thought he was, but I was wrong. And one day, I met the one I would love for all.
Слушайте, а это не наш ли рыбак,
As I had broken my
собирательница?
engagement, we were exiled.
So, our parents came to settle here. They built this
А, нет.
house, and we were born.
There. Now you know the whole story. Do you want to know anything else?
I'll leave you alone.
Всё понятно.
Seg.
Было бы забавно, если это были бы они. Так, что у нас здесь? Лагерь? Лагерек, хорошо. Ой, ну здесь надо пройти. Тут-то у нас тупик будет. Давайте посмотрим, что там есть вообще. Не тупик, норм. Запрыгнем. Ну, понятно, здесь проход либо откроется позже, либо что-то еще. Ладно, не страшно. Мы уже привыкли к тому, что нам не дают пройти. Прудик красивый, кстати, очень. Ничего, хорошо, около прудика устроились вообще. Зашибись. Ну, что-то наверху. Еще один домик. Все понятно. Ничего интересного, березки. Красноапис. Почему какой-то разрушенный уже. Ушедший в землю. Да, нам сюда, в эту сторону. Тропинки. Тропинки летнем на шли, обнявшись под дождем. Да? Так, лес. Ага. Они здесь зафигачили стену. Нормально, ребята, устроились, нормально.
What's happening here, soldier?
These islanders want to enter a plot of land that belongs to the congregation.
They are denying us access to the glade.
We must heal it. Otherwise, this land will die.
I am sorry, but we cannot let you enter this area.
But we only want to plant some new trees. Bring life back. These people are fanatics, Your Excellency. Several woodcutters died last night, and I'm willing to bet that these savages had a hand in it. You are killing the earth, so it kills you in return. All of you are cursed.
Shut it, you savage!
De Sardet, I'm the legate of the merchant congregation on this island. I came to shed light on this affair. You said that some woodcutters died.
Aye, They fell sick and died a few hours later. Well, the camp doctor will be able to tell you more about it. You'll find him in the barracks right here.
Thank you, soldier. I'll go see him.
Please, Your Excellency, you may come in.
Можете пройти, милорд. А я хочу пропустить ребят.
Hello, Doctor. I am the legate of the congregation. I was told about the disputes caused by this camp, and a soldier told me that several woodcutters died recently.
Yes. They got sick yesterday afternoon, and a few hours later they were dead. I couldn't do anything except watch them writhing in pain. None of my remedies worked. If seeing corpses doesn't bother you, you can come and see the bodies. They're here. I hope that whatever killed them is not contagious.
Так, у нас вроде наука есть, можем осмотреть.
These poor woodcutters look like they've suffered. This one has a swollen tongue, blood at the corner of the mouth. There are some peculiar red patches on the bodies. His eyes are bloodshot. This man choked to death. Strong smell of ammonia. The entrails must have been perforated.
Do you not understand that these woods are sacred?
So, what do you think? Do you recognize their disease?
They didn't die of disease. They were poisoned. There's no doubt about it.
You're probably right. But I've heard these savages talking so much about curses, so I thought it must be a mysterious disease, rather than seeing what was before my eyes. But how could these three men be poisoned?
I'm not sure. Do their symptoms not point to anything?
No. I've never seen such a deadly poison with these symptoms.
Have you noticed anyone unusual here?
Unusual? No.
You don't seem completely sure of yourself. Nobody could have just slipped in.
No, I assure you. The last ones to pass by here were the hunters who delivered us game 2 days ago.
Hunters?
Natives who bring us game regularly in exchange for knickknacks. But they've been restocking us for months. I struggle to believe that they're involved.
Well, we'll see what they have to say. Where can I find them?
They usually hunt on the edge of the wood that leads to this camp.
Что там за охотники-то, интересно? Они семейка этой, вот этих троих. Отщепенцев. Блин, я же эмиссар этого торгового содружества. Приказать пропустить, и все, и пошли все наши. Но нет. Кто там? Блин? Кабанчики проснулись. Нет кабанчиков больше.
This is our prey, Renaix. How can we earn our reward if you hunt our prey?
We only defended ourselves. These beasts attacked us. But take them. We do not intend to eat them.
Thank you. But what are you doing here, Renaix, if you're not here to hunt?
We were looking for you.
Us? What do you want from us?
3 woodcutters were poisoned yesterday after eating what you brought them.
Poison? I swear we are not responsible for this.
Listen,
Давайте настоим.
all the clues lead to you, but it may simply have been an accident. How about you tell me exactly what happened?
It wasn't really an accident, but we did not want to kill them either.
Then tell me how it happened.
We did not decide to do this. We were trading beautiful things with the camp, but the elder said that we would be traitors to our clan if we let the woodcutters cut down all the trees.
Which elder?
One of the old men from Vigyigidor, our village. He is very angry because we cannot heal the glade. He gave us the meat of an andrig killed by a venomous dosentats. Its flesh is perfectly edible when prepared with certain berries, but without them, eating it would be lethal. And since the Renaigse invaded our forest, these berries are nowhere to be found. He wanted it to be a lesson for them, so that they may understand that their destruction brings death.
I will not hold you responsible, but from now on you will no longer bring meat to this camp. You are the instruments of a hateful old man's vengeance, and I am under the impression that there will be even more deaths if I do not get to the root of this problem.
The Vegigido elder thought it best to take vengeance into his own hands. I understand his anger, but Duncus would not approve of this. He would say that bloodshed only leads to more bloodshed, and he wouldn't be wrong.
This whole thing could turn into an open war. We cannot let that happen. Sir de Corsillon will be able to give some advice on how to solve this property conflict without violence.
Че, серьезно, что ли? Это сейчас нам хрен знает. Блин. Ух, блин. Ну ладно. Это сейчас в новую вселенную возвращаться. Такое себе развлечение. Ну, а с другой стороны, какой у нас выбор есть? Никакого. Поэтому попестофали. Чего предложить Альфре? Предложить Альфре помощь. Текс. Давайте-ка мы закончим с этим. Закончим с Петрусом. Потом будем уже распыляться еще и на Альфу. Я, конечно, хочу и присунуть, но не настолько. Ой, тут Костя. Так, мимо Кости пробегаем. Он нам пока не интересен. Вот мне интересно, вообще туда бегут, нет? Нет, туда вроде. А, вот у нас. Этот кабинет декурсион. Неплохо мужик устроился, неплохо.
Sir de Corsillon.
Decided, my young student, what can I do for you?
The mission you entrusted me with has made great progress.
Very well. Let's see. Good. You have traveled great distances, and the terra incognita will soon be but a distant memory. Keep doing what you're doing, Desade. Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
I have come to find you because I received a complaint from the natives of the village of Vigigador. They want to be able to access a clearing, exploited by our woodcutters, to heal it. To reforest it, I assume. But our men there say that it belongs to them, and are refusing to let the natives enter it. The site was supposedly ceded to them several months ago, but tensions are running high and some men have lost their lives. If we don't intervene, we're heading for a real confrontation.
It is very regrettable, and I approve of your desire to appease this conflict. According to what you have told me, if ever there was a contract, it must have been signed under our former governor. You should go to the archives and verify this. Then go and talk to Lady Laurine de Morange. And of course, I'll be delighted to help you once things have been clarified.
Thank you, Professor. Once more, you've been of great help.
Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to seeing you
Чё-то
again. Sir de Corsilion.
Какой-то обычный квест превратился прям в какой-то прям геморрой. Причем геморрой такого размера, что на этом шишаке сидеть невозможно. Так, сейчас буквально на минуту прервемся и продолжим. А мы продолжаем. Как интересно. О, появилось, да? Это переключение сцен бывает не сразу. PS подхватывает. Сейчас проверю. Да, все нормально, все работает. Так, а куда нам надо? Блин, я зря выбежал. Нам, наверное, надо сначала было в архив сходить. А потом с мадемуазелей поговорить. Архив у нас, конечно же, внизу. Наш путь лежит в подвале. Угу, то есть это архив. Понятно. Документы на право вырубки леса. В результате переговоров между вождем Данкасом и его сиятельством госпожой Демаранж касательно земель в окрестностях Гвенвара, стороны договорились о том, что данные земли переходят в исключительную собственность торгового содружества для проведения лесозаготовительных работ. Проход на указанные земли разрешается только гражданам торгового содружества. Интересно.
Good day, dear sir. Happy to see you again in such fine health. How can I be of service?
I need you to enlighten me about the property deed of a glade near Vigigador. The natives want to access this place, which according to them is sacred, and which they would like to heal. But some of our men there are using this deed to deny them access to the area. Tensions are running high, and some people have died.
Yes, there was a time when we enacted a lot of contracts. Do you have the document with you?
Yes, here it is.
This cession agreement is only signed with a cross on the native side. Well, writing is foreign to them, as is the notion of land ownership. For them, the earth only belongs to itself.
If they did not possess these lands, how did they cede them?
I doubt they knew what this agreement represented, to be honest.
In that case, Why make them sign it?
When we arrived on the island, we had to ensure our access to certain commodities. We also had to make sure that we had legal ownership of the lands we were occupying. The natives dreamed of possessing some baubles that they didn't know how to craft. It was easy to make them sign agreements that they didn't understand by giving them some. I was a stranger to their philosophy then. I only thought about my city, and I regret it.
I'm sure we can fix this mistake.
I hope so, Your Excellency. Come, let's find Sir de Corsilion. Can I help you with any other matter?
My lady, I have to go. Goodbye.
Sir de Corsilion, it's always a pleasure.
Madame, I expect you've come to see me about this regrettable problem concerning a clearing, which my student told me about.
Indeed, and I think I may have a solution that will allow us to solve this conflict peacefully.
I'm listening.
I must admit that I established this at a time when the culture and the mentality of the natives was foreign to me. The clan of this village was rather open to our presence. They welcomed us with benevolence. For this reason, I think we should allow them access to these lands. In doing so, we would appease the tensions, and we would also retain ownership of the wood. We would even benefit from such an agreement if the natives reforest this area. Then we could exploit it for a longer period of time.
I find this decision perfectly viable, and I approve, but several men were killed, and their comrades will seek vengeance if the person or persons responsible do not pay for their crimes.
I am convinced that Dunkus, the chief of this clan, never approved such an action.
I understand, but I will only write a decree allowing people to go to this clearing, provided the murderer is delivered to us.
Thank you, Master. I will inform Dunkus of your decision.
Так, я говорю, квест превратился в геморрой. Ну, пойдемте разговаривать с Данкосом. Так.
What brings you here, Ono Manawi?
At this old man's request, I investigated the conflict that opposes you and my nation regarding the clearing. You will now be able to access it freely, to accomplish your rituals or heal the area, and the congregation will keep exploiting the forest. However, there is one condition to this new agreement. You must deliver this man to us because he is responsible for the deaths of several woodcutters.
These men died because of their own foolishness. No one else is responsible for their deaths. If they hadn't cut all the ochre berry trees, they would have survived.
What does that mean? What are the two of you talking about?
3 woodcutters died after eating the meat of an andrig after it was killed by a venomous Dawson tats.
It's nothing but a terrible coincidence. And if they had eaten the ochre berries...
We know that you are responsible for this. The hunters told me everything.
How could you do this? You acted more foolishly than an irascible adolescent. By killing these men, you have brought upon us their wrath. And it is only natural that they should ask for justice.
Dunkus, I beg you. I only wanted the Renoigse to understand the value of the trees they were cutting.
Bloodshed only leads to more bloodshed, and you know that. I would never have thought you capable of doing something so foolish.
If you want to stop the woodcutters taking vengeance into their own hands, you must deliver this man to us.
I understand. But I have one condition before we make this agreement. The Lugaid Blau fooled us in the past. It is their turn to prove their good faith.
What do you want from us?
There is a mine in the forest that the congregation has long operated with help from my people. But digging into the mountain has risked it collapsing. We reinforced the earth with wood. We worked with the Lugaid Blau to save the mountain and the men. We agreed to stop digging and sealed the entrance with a boulder. But some Renaigse came back, and I think they started digging again. And some of my people started going missing. Perhaps because they had seen them break their promise. If the mountain collapses and it is your clan's fault, thousands of lives will be lost.
And you want me to intervene?
You have to stop them. Remind them of their promise. This is the price of my trust. If you do, we punish the person responsible for the death of the woodcutters, and all our quarrels will be gone.
I'll go to this mine and see what's going on.
Is there anything else?
I must leave. Goodbye, Dunkus.
Qua awalum seg.
Да, что-то прям какой-то геморройный квест. Я думал, по-быренькому сейчас договоримся, а тут прям это. Ах ты ж, ёшкин твою дивизию мать, а. Давайте сюда прыгнем, там посмотрим куда. Ну, пока Петруч с нами ходит. Угу, шахта дальше, да? Давайте перепрыгнем. Ну, допустим, давайте пробежимся с этой стороны. Это что такое с ними? Это что-то как-то ненормально. Какие-то заколдованные, наверное. Не, прикольно, конечно. Что-то новенькое. Интересно даже стало. Убивать зверей. Прикольно, прикольно. Да, тут там валун, кстати. Так, на секундочку-то. В птичках. Теперь куда мы перепрыгнем? Ну, давайте знак вопроса закроем. О, лагерек. Давайте сохранимся, потому что у меня есть ощущение, что сейчас вылезет какая-нибудь дрянь отсюда. Не, может, конечно, я не прав. Так, все ясно. Я по этой дороге не побегу. Да, прям такие корни здесь. Перка. Стилет фехтовальщик. Нормально. Ну, еще лагерь. Мне интересно, зачем они против кавалерийские ежи здесь вот эти поставили, учитывая, что здесь лошадей-то вообще на острове я не видел. Очень интересно. Ну да ладно. Островитяне на оленях поедут, что ли? Движемся мы в правильном направлении. Приятный лес, такой красивый. Лесозаготовка вовсю идет. Все отлично, все лагеря открыли здесь.
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
Actually, no one should be able to enter. This mine is doomed. It's terribly dangerous.
I wouldn't know. Our employer, Mr. Maillard, is the owner. He's got all the deeds required. Listen, you should go to the authorities. They can confirm all the paperwork.
I definitely will.
Супер. Куда мне теперь идти? Ну ладно.
If this mine is as dangerous as Donkas said it was, those who are exploiting it are reckless. Do these people not have any regard for the lives of their miners?
These Renagse must not have taken us seriously. We should take a closer look.
Так, куда нам переместиться? Понаблюдать. Стоп. Наблюдать за шахтой. Там пройти, что ли, можно? А, здесь пройти можно.
We should take the path that overlooks the outer wall. We should be able to see inside from there.
Those crazy fools have reopened this mine.
Monisinaga. They use captives from the villages to dig their mine.
They've made them into slaves. We must talk to Sir de Corsillon. I hope that our nation is not involved in this business.
Угу. Ну, пошлите опять курсионов. Беготня, беготня, как люблю я беготню. А вот если бы еще быстрых перемещений не было, о, это вообще бомба. То есть вся нерасторопность бюрократической машины была бы просто вот налицо. Пойдемте в резиденцию до Сардельки.
Sir de Corsillon.
Decidez, my young student, what can I do for you?
I've come to ask you about a mine near Vigigador. It was closed for a long time for security reasons, but someone has started exploiting it again.
I seem to recall that a concession in this area was sold to a Master Maillard. However, I do not recall the details of the contract. It was established by the previous government. He is a rich merchant from Serene who arrived on the island only a short while before we did. People say that he is unscrupulous.
Unscrupulous? That's an understatement. This man had some natives captured and he's using them as slaves to work in this mine.
What? Does this old brigand really think that he is above the law? We cannot tolerate such methods, but we must determine the
Нас в
best
архив
way
опять
to
отправят
attack
сейчас.
him. You should start by finding the deed to his property in the archives. Don't worry, we'll not let this man's behavior go unpunished. Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to seeing you again, Sir de Corsilio.
Что-то с этим квестом они перегнули. Вот прям перегнули по самой не балуй. Тут есть муторные линейки, но вот это просто... Ну, не знаю, как назвать. Типа высмеивается бюрократия, но такое вообще. Документ на право владения шахтой на имя господина Майера. Текст изобилует юридическими терминами. Документ на право собственности на имя господина Майера, в котором идет речь о земельном участке со старым рудником в окрестностях Гленвара. На документе стоит подпись госпожи Маран, что разобраться в юридических тонкостях требуется ее помощь. Отлично.
I get lost in all the legal jargon, but they have Lady Moronge's seal on them. We should find her to understand exactly what they say.
То есть мы, по сути, одно и то же сделали два раза. Вот, ну, супер. Бомбезный квест. Вот честно скажу, вот после таких квестов мне хочется взять, закрыть игру и все, и удалить ее. И не играть. При всем том, что мне нравится GreedFall, но вот это пиздец. Других слов нет.
Good day, dear sir. Happy to see you again in such fine health. How can I be of service?
I need your advice once more. This time it's about the property deeds of a plot of land and of a mine acquired by a certain Maillard. Here are the deeds. I must admit that I understand very little of what's written, but your seal is on it.
Do not worry, this type of document is always difficult to decipher for the uninitiated. However, they are very clear. Master Maillard is the owner of a plot of land located near Vigigador. He can exploit the forest and plant anything he wants there, but it says here that he does not have the right to exploit the mine. It's even repeated in this other paragraph. Any attempt at mining on this land is forbidden.
And yet the mine which was located on this plot of land has been reopened and is being exploited as we speak.
According to these documents, the mine has been closed for security reasons. This man's behavior is reckless. You should go see him. He's presently in New Serene. He usually spends time at the port when he comes. He has some warehouses there.
Ой, хочу его просто, знаете что? Вот за то, что мне пришлось вот это все пробежать. Мне даже островитян не жалко. Мне просто хочется взять сейчас свой меч и затолкать ему по самый его майорский помидор, или как они там его зовут. Просто сделать этот конопышечку. Конопышечка из нечестного торговца. Считаю, отличная вещь. Да разве? Других слов не найти. Может, мы его сейчас убьем?
Master Maillard.
Who's asking?
De Sardet. I am the legate of the congregation.
Well, I'm flattered. What brings you here, Your Excellency?
I'm here to talk to you about the mine you have near Vigigador. Are you aware that you have no right to operate it? Nor are you allowed to employ slaves there.
But what are you talking about? Surely this is a misunderstanding. Listen, I'm sure there is a way for us to get along. I'm an honest merchant. I've always paid all taxes and the small bonuses needed. Please tell your cousin that I would be happy to send him the gift of his choice. Now, Your Excellency, if you will allow me, I have to get back to my activities.
I'm afraid you don't understand, Master. It's not a money problem. That mine is dangerous, and you endanger the congregation on this island by behaving this way with the natives.
Come on, don't be so serious, young man. I'm sure it's nothing that a small bonus can't fix. Goodbye, sir. Best wishes to your cousin.
Вот мудак. Зарубить же сучару нельзя, блин. Просто вот не получается. Нельзя. Ублюдок. Тварь. Пидораска. Давайте вот, блин, почему нельзя пойти разнести эту шахту к чертям собачьим? Или арестовать этого ублюдка. Я же эмиссар. От меня все что-то хотят, а я хочу арестовать ублюдка. Стража взять его. И на кол. Как меня печет-то с него, как же меня печет. Просто загорает. Один куда-то пропал. Чувствую, я сейчас добегаюсь до того, чтобы Костик скопытится. Так. Сейчас я одну вещь проверю. Да, все нормально идет.
Sir de Corsillion.
Decidez, my young student, what can I do for you?
I verified the contract with Lady Morange. The exploitation of the mine is illegal, as we expected, without even taking into account what he's doing to the natives. I then went to meet Master Maillard.
So, what did he have to say in his defense?
He turned a deaf ear and tried to bribe me.
Oh, some of these merchants are so rich that they forget basic decency. But it's high time we reminded him of who is in charge of the congregation on this island. Here, this is an eviction notice which dispossesses him of all his land for breaching his contract. For his crimes against the natives, he's banished from this island. I will make him aware of this decision, but you should go to the mine immediately. The prisoners must be freed as soon as possible, and the mine closed once more.
I'll take care of it.
Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Блин, ну я хочу сам уведомить. Я хочу посмотреть, как у него бомбанет. Как на первой космической он улетит с Тир-Фради. Ну нет. Курсион себе самое интересное забрал. Мне иди там солдатиков убивай. Не, вообще странный подход. То тут наш эмиссар доблестный. Куда пусть? А, вот пусть. То наш доблестный эмиссар решает там всякие сложные вещи. Переворот. От переворота избавляет, грубо говоря, остров. Там с генералом охотятся. Такие козни раскрывает. А тут, блин, такую вещь и не может своим указом все решить. Странно. Странно, неприятно, некрасиво. Лагерь. Заброшенный шахт. Ну что, сейчас рубилово будет, да? Давайте сохраним.
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
I don't need your authorization. I have here an eviction notice signed by the governor's ministers. The former owner, Mr. Maillard, has lost his rights due to a breach of contract.
Look, ultimately, we are not the ones who decide. We only obey the boss's orders.
In that case, where can I find him to notify him of his loss?
You'll find him around here somewhere, Your Excellency.
Excellent.
О, мудак здесь.
Master Maillard, I'm so glad to find you here. Here is a document from Sir de Corsilion on behalf of my cousin. Considering the fact that you have not respected the terms of your contract of ownership, you are hereby expelled. The methods you used against the islanders has also ensured your banishment from Tir-Fradi.
Impossible. By what right? Guards, this man threatens me.
Maybe enlightened protection in this battle. With a shadow engulf our enemy.
These people were monsters. I wouldn't cry over them. Come now, let's go free my brothers, and we can tell
О,
Lucas
отличное
everything.
завершение для этого мудака. Стражу жалко. Ребята, ты чё? Кто виноват? Ты тоже хочешь? Нет? Взять его убить? Не понял. Чё-то я не понял. Ну, отпер я. А этот... Чуть я открыть не могу. Мобильник. Иди отсюда. Ну ладно, давайте на улице посмотрим.
Go without fear. You are free. And know that we are sorry for what happened to you.
We must believe that not all Lugaid blow are alike.
He is an Almanawi. That's why he understands us. Thank you. We will not forget you.
Так, а эти-то выпустили? Да, всех выпустили. Сундучок, сундучок. Сабля людей с моря. Топор. Тонко, тонко. Я оценил. Хорошо, хорошо. Сабля людей с моря. Слушайте, я в ту деревню прыгнул. В ту? Правильно все. Молодец, молодец. Хорош.
What brings you here on Almanawi?
I was able to close the mine. The man who operated it was arrested and he will be banished.
Yes, those you freed told me. From now on, you are my Karants, my friend. You knew how to renew my trust in your clan, just as trees grow back after being cut.
Thank you, Dunkus. I'm honored. Will you give us the old man now?
If you allow it, I would like to punish him myself. Enough blood has been spilled, and he will only call for more of it, since he loved the forest to the point of killing for it. He will be sentenced to heal it. Every day he will replant what your men will cut down. Every day until the end of his life. Does this punishment seem acceptable to you?
If I explain to Sir de Corsilion that the man was sentenced to forced labor, I suppose he will approve. Thank you, Dunkus. It's a wise sentence.
Is there anything else?
I must leave.
Отлично.
Goodbye, Dunkus.
Qua awalum say.
Так. Быстрый квест обернулся полутора часами непонятно, не пойми чего. А мы сейчас будем перемещаться вот сюда. Лагерь у Вешанвая. Пойдем разговаривать с проповедниками, потому что Петрус бегает с нами. Там еще с Альфой надо поговорить, да. Не знаю, я успею сегодня, не успею. Так, да, сюда. Был волк, нет волка. Не буду их обыскивать, надоело. Мне это как говна дурака фантик. Пойдемте разговаривать.
Good day. I'm the legate of the congregation of merchants on this isle. Might I ask you a few questions?
Of course. Our allies from the continent are always welcome among us. What do you want to know?
Have you heard about the Tenlin attacks on the village?
I didn't know those creatures were given that name, but yes, we have heard talk about the attacks. We offered them our help and some comfort in their most difficult hour.
In exchange for some inspiring conversation, I suppose.
Of course. These horrible beasts have most certainly been sent by the demons of this isle. To chase only a few away would be of no use. If they truly desire peace, they must see the light.
You haven't been victim of these attacks?
On occasion, yes. But thanks to the Illuminated, we were able to chase them away with little effort.
Could you tell me what your mission here is?
We must return these lost souls to the light. We have constructed the perfect village. Eden. In this
Ну, я просто уже это читали, как-то было дело.
they can receive divine teaching.
You seem to assert that the attacks of these Tenlins is somehow linked to the demons on the isle. Whereas these are creatures that the natives have always known. They nest beside them.
These are familiar beasts, but hasn't anyone informed you that their patterns have changed? These creatures have been riled up by the demons of the island, who have come to realize we are near victory, sending them against these poor people. They maintain them in a state of fear and obedience to their shaman healer. There is only one way to truly make these attacks cease, my child. Convert these people. Defeat these demons.
The Denegat of this village wishes for you to depart. You disturb the tranquility of their village.
And you expect us to obey him? Haven't you understood that he is a servant of the island's demons? To leave would be to abandon the simplistic souls of all those that follow him, ceding victory to the demons. No, my child. We will not leave this place until the light shines over every dwelling.
The Denegat of this village wishes for you to depart. You disturb the tranquility of their village.
And you expect us to obey him?
Ну, понятно, это мы уже слышали.
I must go. We're going to need to find some leverage if we want to force these missionaries to leave. Perhaps searching through their belongings will give us something we can use to put pressure on them.
Пойдемте.
One more thing.
Yes.
I must go.
Понятно, надо сзади обходить. Все, я понял. Ну, не зря тут сделан проход. Только интересно, если у меня бы энергичности бы не было, как бы я прошел вот эту херню. И вот у меня так легко проходит, потому что, блин, 3-й уровень я ее вкачал. 3 очка на какую-то херню потратил. Так, случай, сохранимся. Понятно, нас палят. Давайте здесь попробуем зайти. Супер. Дневник проповедницы. Наша миссия продвигается медленнее, чем предполагалось. Несчастные дикари отчаянно цепляются за свои наивные верования и отказываются узреть свет, который спасет их души. Нам приходится проявлять бесконечное терпение, убеждать каждого по отдельности. Увы, непонятное дикарское упорство порой выводит из себя моих соратников. Я видел, как один из них избивал наивное дитя. Он, конечно, раскаялся и обещал мне, что такого больше не повторится. Но я уверена, что не он один впал в этот грех. Что за глупцы? Теперь мне придется потрудиться, чтобы сохранить в тайне то, что они творят. Если об этом узнает предстоятельница или наш орден, нас отправят на континент, а то и бросят в тюрьму. Блять, это опять этот гребаный Орден Света.
These missionaries are a disgrace to our order. Believe me, I'll make sure they cannot hurt anyone else.
Что они нам предлагают сделать? Прогнать проповедник. И... Куда они мне предлагают? Где их прогнать? Квест супер. Ни хера не понятно. Так, а если я сейчас план? Давайте сохраните еще раз. То есть я встал, и я побежал.
I found a document in your belongings. The content is quite enlightening. Your missionaries have forgotten the divine teachings. Are not all forms of abuse against your religious commitments?
A few missionaries did stray from the path. This is true. But our mission is too vital to let their zealous natures dissuade us. You should have never read that.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Ой, мне нравятся такие прогоняния вот этих ублюдков. Почаще бы так прогонять. Че и уровень получили? Шикардос.
Stop! We lay down our weapons.
Now leave the region and do not return.
We shall not forget the manner in which you have treated us, but you shall not see us here again.
Это была дружба, теперь симпатия. Да и хрен с этой системой. Как это? Пошел нахер, Вася. Так, а у нас там же очков накопилось, наверное, немерено. Немерено, целых 2. И чё качать? А, тут 3. Ну давайте до ярости дойдем, там посмотрим. Посмотрим, решим, подумаем. Ну да. Симпатия была, дружба. Ну, насильно мил не будешь. Так, мы сейчас вот сюда забежим, потом пробежимся, алтарь заберем. Да, вот здесь пробежаться надо. И вот эти вот места посмотрим. И после этого, наверное, если все пойдет нормально и не будет никаких больше препон, пойдем сделаем квест с альфой. Потому что, повторяюсь, присунуть и охота. Собираем все. Так, и кстати, чтобы уничтожить третьего главаря, нам надо будет на рассвете это делать. Там есть лагерь рядышком, так что мы время успеем крутануть. Все? Все. Вообще ничего интересного. Еще в пещерку надо зайти будет. В пещерку. Так, это... это дохлый сидит. Фу. Угу. Нормас. Так, смотрим. Жители деревни. Логово. Ну, давайте крутанем до утра. Отлично. Бежим, 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 игнорируем. У нас есть более важная цель, пойдемте туда. О, сейчас опять будем биться. И где вожак? Угу, супер. Вот это я понимаю, нарубили. Егор, этих как их, ящер. И взорвем нору. Так, отлично, с этим разобрались. Пойдемте искать влюбленных, а заодно забирать. Заодно забрать надо этот навык. Пусть его.
Basket full of berries and a trap full of fish. All of it scattered and half eaten by beasts. Our two lost souls were here together. They must have been attacked, or they wouldn't have left these behind.
Прям
Let's search the
полна.
area. Maybe we can find their trail.
Надо прочесать. Куда мне это прочесать? Ага. Несу. Хоть убейте, не вижу. Не, может, в пещеру действительно? Тут кровь. Здесь кровь. Здесь железо. Чё кровь?
That cavern seems home to some creatures. Let's be wary. It could very well be the lair of that great tenland the hunter spoke of.
I think we're here. This is the cave that the tortured survivor told us about.
Что-то куда-то не туда сбежал. Так, может нам оттуда.
others. Judging by his clothing, he was a missionary. The two others are more recent, a man and a woman. Our missing couple, no doubt. They were dragged here and devoured alive. What a tragic fate.
Нам незавидная участь, незавидная. Угу. Вот мы всех нашли. Наших влюбленных. И Альбу, похоже. Да? Записка найдена на трупе проповедника. Гилариус, будь осторожен, когда будешь загонять белого Тенлана в пещеру. Это свирепые твари, другие твари ей подчиняются. Они уже многих загрызли. Постарайся не стать следующим. А, стоп, это не Альгро. Не Альба.
Now you understand why some of us fight against Dirinaigse. Their words are always sweet, but all they bring is...
То есть можно было вот это предъявить, в принципе. Из телемы у нас ничего не порушилось, наверное. Да ладно. Сделали, как говорится, как сделали. Пойти по следу Альба. Бежать-то в любом случае мы только туда можем. Поэтому давайте пробежим всю пещеру. Может, что найдем. Никого здесь нет. И... Интересно, а как она здесь жила, учитывая, что как бы здесь такая соседи нервные очень. Клыками. Ну, собственно, понятно. А чё с нафтами-то репутация упала? Дневник Альбы. Я была так рада, что стала нафтом и вышла в море, но тут меня схватился отец. Капитан сказал, что отец приехал на Тир-Фради, если он меня найдет, отправит обратно в монастырь, а там я точно умру. Как жить в 4 стенах, если попробовал однажды настоящей свободы? Ходят слухи, что меня ищет эмиссар Содружества, скорее всего, по просьбе отца. Я спросил совета у капитана, и он предложил мне уплыть на корабле, который скоро отправится из Сан-Матеуса. Так я и сделаю. Ничего не понимаю, ни один из кораблей не собирается на континент. Более того, в таверне я заметил отца. Но я так просто не сдамся, надо уйти вглубь острова и подождать, пока эмиссар с отцом не отчаются. Встретил островитянина проводника. Он рассказал о пещере, в которой могу на время спрятаться.
Reuben had planned his attack well. He began by putting pressure on her using her father. Then our investigation. It's because of us that she fled New Serene. And because of her father and Johannes that she left San Mateus.
The captain used this child to hide his own treachery. Poor little one.
He will have to report to us. We should return quickly to New Serene.
Полностью согласен. Только нам теперь уже можно взять Васку с собой. Да, Васку нам надо брать прям за жабры брать и идти к адмиралу. Только хер ли у меня с нафтами -2? Я что ли виноват? То есть сажали животных. Ага. Мне, конечно, может, я очень долго ходил. Ходил, бродил. Девчонку съели, зверь. Виноват я. Логика. Логика железная, мать вашу. Прям вот железобетонная. А, зверье. Ну да. Да нет, давайте обижем. Хотя нет, ну как же обижать? Так, тут чуть-чуть опыта. Тем более ложится оно на ура. Это опять же за хренами столько опыта, я уже так перекачан по самой гланды. Вон туда надо сбежать, мне кажется. Я не буду их путать. Да, вот тут вот нас ждет очко. И на что мы это очко потратим? Что, ярость взять? Повышает скорость атаки. Прям прохладная история. Может, ловушки взять? Давайте в ловушки пойдем сходим. Теперь ловушки не продаем, будем ставить ловушки. Биндить я их потом буду. Мне даже не бинить интересно, мне больше интересно гранаты. Нам сейчас новую сирену надо, прям кровь из носу. Ну, отлично. Минус зверьем. Я их тоже лутать не буду, потому что мне шкуру потновато. А из них ничего толкового не падает. Куда нам? Сейчас мы сначала прыгнем в резиденции. А из резиденции... Да, Петрус-то мне, в принципе, что-то больше, наверное... Петрус-то мне не нужен, наверное, сейчас уже, да? Я с инквизиторами тут поругался. Кстати, ничего он такого и не сказал тогда. Да, избавимся от Петруса. Сейчас... Что, альфу, что ли? Давайте возьмем альфу. Окей. А, не, какой альфа? Я уж сам себе вообще как-то. Нам Васка нужно стоять. В следующий раз. Собственно, зачем я в резиденцию прыгал? Я мог дать с таким же успехом. Ну, туплю. Нам теперь нужен портовый район.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
Our investigation is well underway, but the culprit is not who we thought.
What do you mean?
We found Alba, but she was innocent. In fact, her captain used us and her father to scare her. It's because of us that she fled. She never stole documents or tried to sell your secrets.
So, are you saying that the culprit is Reuben?
If this were not the case, why make up this story against Alba and use us like that?
I can't believe it. And to think that I believed his lies. However, he is a captain. I cannot condemn him without solid proof. And we have to find out who he was selling his journal to. Ask his crew, but stay discreet. It should not arouse suspicions. Anything else?
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
У них тоже не все в порядке-то у нафт. Что у монетной стражи, есть проблемки. Что у нафтов. Подожди, а почему новый? Ты новую команду набрал? Ты же не пьешь, блядь. Ну ладно.
Your Excellency, I am so pleased to see you again.
The pleasure is shared.
Captain,
Good day, Jonas.
what can I do for you?
What do you think of your new captain?
He knows how to make people obey him and runs a tight ship. What else is there to say? He's a captain. I'm only a cabin boy.
Does he get on well with Alba?
He was suspicious of her at first, but when he saw that she was trustworthy, he treated her like one of our own. But when she disappeared, he told us that she didn't have what it takes to be a Nod. He spoke of treason, that sort of thing. I imagine he regretted having trusted her at all. Anything else, Your Excellency?
How have things been since you made it back?
Very good. Everyone's been looking out for me extra careful, like. I do miss my parents from time to time, but I don't miss the warehouse or the mercenaries. My real family is on the waves. Thanks for helping me to return to them. Anything else, Your Excellency?
I'm afraid I need to be going. Watch out for yourself.
Good day. What can I do for you?
We have a few questions to ask you, Flavio.
I'm all yours, Captain.
What do you think about your new captain?
He is fair, decisive, and he certainly knows the sea. But he keeps his distance, as if he wasn't a member of our species. And since we got here, it's been worse. He seems troubled. The slightest disagreement puts him over the edge. But never mind me. It's not my place to judge my captain. He's got responsibilities I can't fathom. Anything else?
I need to be off. Perhaps we'll meet later.
Farewell, then.
Hello. You need something?
What do you think about Captain Reuben?
I know what it's going to sound like, but I liked it better when you were captain. Thank you. Heartfelt. But tell me why. He's a good captain, but he lacks team spirit, if you know what I mean.
He's aloof, doesn't get along with his crew.
You're still far from the mark. To him, we're nothing more than lackeys. The only one who gets a smile from time to time is the pretty Gretchen, one of the girls from the tavern. She scratches his itch. As soon as he can, he's off to the brothel. Must cost him a right fortune. He should be careful. A debt with a coin guard is like sailing near a storm.
If he's a loner, would make sense he needs some company from time to time. And as captain, he must have the means.
Yes, you are certainly right. Well, none of my business. Anything else?
Ну, типа, что-нибудь, чтобы они не заподозрили, поэтому успокоим.
Smooth sailing.
Может быть, я не прав. Ну, я, кажется, знаю, что это за куртизанка. Пойдемте посмотрим. Но я более чем уверен, что это она. Мы с ней разговаривали в прошлой серии или позапрошлой. Когда, собственно, Альбу ловили. Сундуки так быстро риснулись. Вроде только что здесь был. Сейчас посмотрим, что нам скажет куртизанка. Где эта девчуля? Там она самая.
Hello, my darlings. What would you like then?
I was told that Captain Reuben liked you a lot, and that you spent a lot of time with him.
He's one of my regulars, it's true. He always asks for me. But it's because I'm the sweetest.
Does he confide in you?
Sorry, my dear. But what's between my clients and me is nobody's business.
How about a change of scenery and a chance to work in a more luxurious environment?
Become a courtesan. But don't you need connections to get there?
Чтобы стать шлюхой, нужны связи. Остановите планету, я сойду.
Oh, I'm not stupid enough to miss such a chance. What do you want to know?
Did Reuben tell you about his relationship with his men and his superiors?
Oh, yes. He's always complaining about it. He was hoping for a promotion. He wanted to be appointed fleet commander. But they only changed his ship. And the crew is nowhere near his level. And his admiral despises him. He says everyone is unfair towards him and doesn't recognise his talents. And it has turned him bitter.
Have you noticed him change lately?
Yes. He's become impatient and anxious. He has become suspicious too.
Did he tell you about his plans?
Like everyone else, he likes building castles in the air. He told me that he would soon be someone very important and very rich. And that he would marry me. But they all say that.
Thank you, Gretchen. I'm done.
This fellow's a complete slime bag. How dare he be so ungrateful? It's my ship he's collected. But, alas, we still have nothing concrete. We should follow him tonight. You never know.
Ну, давайте проследим. А чтобы проследить, нам надо прокрутить время. Поэтому пойдемте крутить время. Не переместиться. Лечь спать. До ночи. А вот теперь можно, блин, пойти следить за этим хреном моржом. Или моржом хреновым. Хранимся. Понесло. Да, все равно нам туда надо вниз.
Come closer, good people. The cure and you'll find all you need in our
Идем.
We can see everything from here.
Крючок. Прикольно так смотрите, песок дует. А этот капитан Рубен ни хрена ничего не подозревает, идет себе. Так, давайте еще раз сохранимся, потому что я боюсь, что он запалит. А я такой со стелсом у меня туго. Я в друиде в кшаке, когда инвиз юзаю, блин, всегда все палю всех. Точнее, все меня палят. Вот так. Куда он делся? Мне почему-то эта гора напоминает Моровинец. Остров этот Вандерфелл. Ничего, хорошо, следим. Лутаем, норм вообще. Близко слишком, даже опасно. Чуть он побежал. Потрох.
Here he is, red-handed. The sellout. Shall we arrest him?
We should first find out what he puts in the box. Let him finish. The way is clear. Now, let's take a look at this box.
Давайте посмотрим, что он получит ящик.
The captain and his buyers should meet here at nightfall. This must be where the exchange will take place.
We should put the message in the box, so no one will know we've seen it.
And we should warn the Admiral immediately. She'd want to know.
Let's go.
Беготня, беготня. А не проще было бы здесь их сейчас поймать. В кустах посидеть и подождать. Не проще, поэтому побежали до Кабрала. Мы же мало бегаем, давайте побегаем еще. Мало мы бегали до Курсиона там в прошлом квесте.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
We know a little more. Reuben continues to use the dead drop and has made an appointment with his buyer.
He has quite the nerve to continue using that box even though he knows you know about it.
He must have thought that we would not come back. The meeting is tonight. This could be a good time to get the proof we need. What do you think?
That's an excellent idea. I will come with you. I want to see this traitor fall with my own eyes.
Ну, пойдемте посетим тайную встречу. Я думаю, что там можно будет время прокрутить. Ну, сундучок пропустить. Да, туда же бежим. А, это не буду. Ну, давайте плутать. Хочется все плутать. Надеемся, что что-то хорошее выпадет, но выпадает говно, как с монстров. Хотя куда уж лучше, мы и так одеты практически по самому балу, шляпу только сменить. Вот, ну, у нас интуиция пока что не вкачана до конца. Хотя бы до двоечки. Так, сейчас нас там, скорее всего, опять эти волки нападут. Может, не нападут. Правильно я пошел? Правильно.
From this position, we'll be able to see the meeting discreetly.
Perfect. I can't wait to witness it. This traitor is going to find out exactly what it costs to make fun of us.
I can't believe it. This eel is selling us to the coin.
The wretched traitor. How dare he sell us to lawless mercenaries?
Эй, а как она так прыгнула? А я не могу. Блин, что так мало ярости дает? Замри, ублюдок.
This traitor got what he deserved.
Is everything all right, Admiral?
It's nothing. Sorry to have charged like that. I got carried away. I couldn't bear to see this traitor sell his whole family for a few coins.
Do you want us to tend to your wound?
No, I'll go back to port and get back on my feet. Find the documents. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, the three of you. Desarde, what can I do for you?
Обыскать.
Hurry up, or I'm afraid he'll soon take action. But be careful. Anything else?
Ну, охереть, блядь.
Until we meet again, Admiral.
Теперь мы должны вернуться сюда и обыскать трупы. Спасибо, игра. Идея классная, вернуть меня после квеста. Но, блядь, ты могла бы обыскать как-то там, не знаю, автоматически отправить мне добычу. Ой, горит у меня с этих хренотени горит. У меня как начало гореть после этого квеста. С этими... С островитянами про бюрократию. Так вот и продолжает просто полыхать. Мало я бегаю. Мало.
In addition to a substantial sum, Reuben is also going to obtain a major post on the continent. He was ready to sell more than just his own knowledge. There are plans for machines and ships that he must have stolen from elsewhere. Everything is here. We'll give it to the Admiral tomorrow.
Что, вот прямо на меня завтра возвращать, да? Где этот квест? Да нет, сейчас вернемся. Думаю, нормально будет. Конечно, проще было бы забежать и крутануть до завтра. Но забежали сейчас. Авось прокнут.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
How are your wounds?
I recovered fast. It was nothing. Did you find the documents he intended to sell?
Yes, here they are. But there was more than just his journal.
So he lusted after a prestigious position. And what a salary! I see that our secrets are still worth a fortune. Thank you for bringing me all this. We owe you a lot, Desarde. I will not forget it, nor will I forget the lesson. Be sure of it. You have my full gratitude. Anything else?
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
Ну и зашибись. Еще -1 квест. Так. Пещера знания и страдания Константина. Пойдемте возьмем, наверное, Альфу. Сдадим 2 квеста про страдания. Там то, что мы нашли пару мертвую, убили зверей, выяснили, прогнали проповедников. Даже 3 квеста получается. Этот вернется к Константину, а мы с Альфой, если что, отправимся в пещеру знаний. Не уверен, что уже сегодня, но в следующий раз. Но в любом случае мы должны закончить. Так. Где ты, подруга, дней моих суровых? Васка, отдыхай. Альфа, камон, плиз. И... там куда-то отправиться. Так. Переместиться в деревню. Я сейчас сижу и думаю, зачем я, в принципе, ловушки? Когда их использовать? Против кого? Стан мы даем. Заклинание у нас прокачано. Паралич. Дамагаем мы с меча. Так, что нам надо сделать? Нам надо поговорить. Ну, давай с тобой поговорим. Прости, не знаю, как зовут. И какой? Малфурионшка. В этой деревне, кстати, прикольный раскрас лица.
I found him, but I'm truly sorry your brother is dead.
May the earth welcome him. I felt it. How did it come to pass? He knew every stone on our lands. It couldn't have been an accident.
He had a liaison with a young girl from the village. They would meet in a clearing. They must have forgotten the hour. Night took them by surprise, and a tenman crossed their path. I found both of them in the cavern of the beast.
How terrible. Why did he go to see the girl in secrecy? They could have... I must recover his body. To give it up to the earth, as is our custom. Where is it?
With the body of the girl he loved, in a cavern near the clearing. But it is a dangerous place. Other tenmans might still be roaming there, though I did kill quite a few.
I have a duty owed to my little brother. Thank you, Onol Manawi. I will not forget this.
I must be leaving.
Ну да, плохие новости приносить жалко. А ребята просто любили друг друга. Из-за того, что были обещаны, она была обещана другому, они вот пытались тайно встретить. Лучше бы их изгнали, вот мне так кажется. Хотя бы они были бы живы.
Do you have any news? Do you know where my sister is?
Yes. I'm truly very sorry.
Oh no. Nah. Sir Tonsidag, please do not tell me that she is dead.
I found her body in the lair of the Great Tenman, not far from the clearing.
But how could she have been surprised by the beasts? She knew the danger.
She went out to meet the young fisherman. The time must have flown by, into the night. I'm so sorry. We found them both dead.
I must bring her body back to carry out the rite.
You should not go alone. I killed as many as I could, but it would be better to be prudent.
I shall follow your counsel on Olmanawi. 2 deaths are enough. Thank you. Thank you.
I must leave now. The nests are destroyed, and with the death of the White Tenman, the attacks should cease. And we are even able to convince the missionaries to leave. Katasak should be willing to follow us now. Let's go and find him.
Он должен всегда быть, нет? Вот здесь. Слышь, я что ли дивизию? У него еще речка дома. Туалета.
I can see from your face that you were victorious.
Indeed, I put the White Tenman down, who was enraging his kind, and destroyed their nests. The attack should no longer trouble you. I also encouraged the missionaries to leave. They will not return.
I regret that violence was necessary to make them go, but I thank you all the same.
In the end, we found the missing young ones. But alas, it was too late. Devoured by wild beasts.
Undivorced Tir-End. You did well on Almanawi. Now they should be able to find the rest.
Will you agree to accompany me now? My cousin needs your help.
I have packed what is needed. I am ready to journey with you.
Угу. Ну ладно, допустим. Я не против быстрых перемещений. Да, Костику херово Костику.
This pain, it'll be the death of me. I can't control my body. It's like being a stranger in a marionette set ablaze, consumed by a smouldering fire. The moment's growing near, isn't it? Am I about to surrender my ghost to the Reaper of Souls? You pop in just when you're needed, cousin, as always. Who are you? Your hand is cold as ice.
Your cousin is burning.
That is such a relief.
Let me present Katisak, Constantine. He is the greatest healer on the island. He will help you.
Please, stay.
I am here for you, Rnaise, and I will not leave until I found a way to ease your pain and suffering. Fill your mind with the patience of the ocean. I know not how much time I will need. I've never seen such a sickness. The spirits of your lands must be quite horrendous to cast down such evils upon the peoples that live there.
Thank you. The mage doctor of Teleme put on quite a show of light. Lovely. But it had no remedial effect. I give you my last ounce of hope. Thank you, cousin. I don't want to imagine my plight without your intervention.
Да. А Костя красавец. Костя. Никто мне квест не хочет дать новый?
My dear cousin, come closer and tell me what brings you.
Пиздец ты красавец.
Is it true? Are you in great pain?
This sickness is horrible, believe me. understand what your mother went through, but you have not come to hear my complaints. Speak.
Просто труп ходячий.
Allow me to present Afra, an emissary of the Bridge Alliance. She is an eminent naturalist who studies local flora in an effort to find a remedy.
Your Excellency, it is a great honor.
You were part of Governor Burren's lost expedition, if I've understood correctly, were you not?
Yes, and our research would have borne fruit if it hadn't been so brutally interrupted.
I can only imagine. Nevertheless, you are most welcome. Your great learning will certainly prove useful. I implore you, my dear cousin. Do continue. We are eager to hear your news.
How are relations with our allies?
Oh, they bow and scrape, and they regularly assure me of their unwavering friendship, so that they can better try to convince me to embrace their point of view, and only theirs. Taleme wants to convert me, and the Alliance assures me that only they will allow us to benefit from progress. They're a bunch of old foxes, but they take me for a young, brainless rabbit. The only thing they really want is to increase their influence on this island, with our help.
I'm going to leave now.
Понятно.
Goodbye, Constantine.
Look out for yourself.
Что-то какой-то бодрый он стал. Чем там? Клизму из крапивы сделали, что ли? Прям бодрый поцик. Так, а мне надо с ней поговорить, кажется.
Desarde, I'm happy to see you. I can't wait to find this famous cave of knowledge and what it contains. I could probably go alone, but just think about what you could learn, and not only about yourself. Don't you want to understand where your face markings come from?
You're right, Afra. I will accompany you.
Thank you, Desarde. Let's return to Duncas's village. Our new friends will surely be able to tell us more about this cave.
Ну, пойдемте расспросим. Деревню Вильгильда. Сложное название, короче. Вильгильда, или как-то. Перемести. Вигигида, во, Вигигида. С кем мне здесь поболтать надо? Ага. Нам надо вниз.
We are happy to see you again. You will always be welcomed as friends here.
Thank you. I'm glad to see you too. But we came to ask you something.
Of course. What do you want?
When we participated in the Duncas meditation, he spoke of a cave of knowledge you had to go to.
And you want to see it? You still wish to learn how we become bound? It is a very sacred place. Only those who will become Donegada may enter there.
That's right, Year One. But they saved my life.
If someone finds out that we have helped the Renaigse to enter a sacred place, they will refuse to bind me.
Duncas will never do such a thing. What needs to be done will happen, no matter what.
You're probably right.
Look for the entrance in the Vedhat Ganadu. Entering there will not be easy, but you will have to discover the rest by yourself, like true apprentices.
Thank you, Morian. And fear not. No one will ever learn what you have entrusted us with.
Угу. Так, сохраняемся на всякий случай. И пойдем искать пещеру явно. Где была пещерка? Ладно, пойдемте через камень. камень. Так. Да елки-палки. Сложно. Надеюсь, нам ничего не надо. Продолжаем путешествие. Так, нам вот сюда надо сходить. И на самом деле я вот хочу вот это. Жаль. Здесь средств можно. Хорошие ящерки, хорошие. Мне почему-то показалось, что шестиногий нет. Четырехногий. Движения. Я предполагаю, что здесь будет лагерь. Мы пробежали. Да, лагерь. Отличная новость. Все лагеря здесь открыли. Так. Надо вот сюда, сюда сбегать еще. Здесь лагерь. Ну, ладно, давайте здесь пробежим. Откроем вопрос. Мне кажется, что там будет что-то наподобие для навыков. Алтарь навык. Я особо за ним не охочу, потому что, честно говоря, у меня уже очень много навыков. Не особо нужны. Так, тут опять какие-то семена надо будет найти, а? Разбойнички? Да.
What are you doing here?
We could ask you the same question.
Except we found this place first. The treasure is ours. So I suggest you disappear. Fast.
I am the legate of the merchant congregation, so you'd better watch your tone. I don't usually make a habit of being threatened by a bunch of thieves.
Выбесили.
Since you don't like threats,
ну и отлично, давайте их
let's get
вырежем.
straight to practice. To arms, guys.
Угу, минус, ребята. Ты что за дикарь ты сюда отправил? О, семяшки у нас есть, супер. Еще тут сундучок скрыт сзади. Но сундук бестолковый, ни хера в нем нет. Фу, ну с семяшками прям хорошо решился вопрос. И сюда мы так не дойдем, да, сейчас? В конце случае вернемся потом.
At last, we made it here.
How do we get in?
Look around. There has to be a way.
This stone. There's a slot at the top. Probably to put something in.
The natives' beliefs are based on exchanges. If we want this door to open, I imagine that we will have to make an offering.
Now we have to find out what we should offer.
Here is my offering to the Cave of Knowledge. There.
place the seed on the stone.
Ну прям ништяк. Открылось. Пойдемте посмотрим пещерку. Очень большая. Такая. На всякий случай сохранить, потому что мне кажется, что здесь будет какой-нибудь вот этот мини-босс. Как босс, только мини-босс. Юга мини-босс. Ага. Ага, окей. Кстати, тоже хороший вариант. Не можешь зайти с главной цели, используй динамит. С главного входа используй динамит. Так, не бегаю.
The character has changed. He now resembles an Onol Manawi.
You're right. They even depict his bond to the forest.
It seems like this painting depicts some kind of ritual.
Yes. The character at the center is pouring blood on a stone, and one of these giant creatures that the natives call Nardaigs is present.
The location looks like the stone circle where we met the two young natives.
Someone's coming. Let's hide. If anyone finds us here, we're sure to lose the trust of the islanders.
Наверх что туда спрятать? Ну пойдемте спрячемся. То есть островитяне пойдут снизу, да, не сверху. Сейчас нас опять запалят то, что мы подглядываем. Опять будет минус это репутация. Ну, стандарт. Плохо видно. Блин. Тоже плохо видно.
Esco halen, esco valg med agengo selerge mantadabem, avenundanum.
Mach, es boglin daigan nidau. Ayigi dames etier comelei.
Kairto, Morian, ages radai de radidauem tairger began.
Cauden nes greta comolei. Nas oltargotu, vregtetet mad advat. Abud antadab me en ekekam. No adaholeg.
Чё-то как-то странно. Это типа все. А как же увидеть все остальное? Наедалово. Ну ладно. Я сейчас думал, там покажет, как он в дерево превращается.
The paintings in the cave were magnificent and have taught us so much. It is obvious that they depict the bonding ritual and its consequences. It is by pouring their blood on the raised stones that the natives become metamorphs.
I'm not really sure if I follow you.
And yet it's clear to see. The islanders think that their ritual has magic consequences, but there must be some sort of contamination in their blood as they pour it. The only way to verify this theory is to attend a full ritual. We must attend year ones.
How will we know when it takes place?
Dunkas said it would take place after the young people visited the cave.
Сейчас все бомбанет, вот я уверен.
Preparation. We should go to the holy circle of Kurganau tomorrow. What do you say? Will you come with me?
Very well. I hope that Dunkas will not be too angry after seeing us there.
Let's take some time to rest, and then we'll go back to the place where we met them.
Сохраняемся. Ну, пойдем отдохнем. Так. А вот это как лагерь можем использовать, нет? Ну, конечно, нет. По одному очку добавилось, да? По одному очку. Ну ладно, качаем. Качать нечего. Так, а вот тут надо подумать, что мы возьмем. Сила мне не нужна. Я бы взял силу. Или пока давайте тормознем, брать ничего не будем. Посмотрим, что нужно для шеи. Потому что нам интересно сейчас теперь фиолетовую шею там или легендарную одеть. У нас тем более легендарки есть шея. Так вот. Нам надо... Вот сюда сейчас бегаем. Нам надо качать либо силу воли, либо силу духа. Я не знаю, что там. Что подеть шею. И мне кажется, сила воли. Потому что сила духа нужна для того, чтобы кольцо одевать. Так, кольцо. Ну а кольцо мы одеть можем. Нахрена тогда вопрос начал качать ловушку. Логично, здесь кольцо. Блин. Есть у меня впечатление, что мне придется сколько мне? У меня 3 штуки. Ну, в принципе, можно будет талант перекинуть. Я, в принципе, наверное, потом займусь попозже. Можно взять кольцо на второе оружие и будем шарашить магией. Да, магией будем шарашить. Блин, ну мне не хватит очков стоп прокачать. Тут уже, по идее, где-то конец игры достаточно близок. Так, пойдем туда побежим. Да, можно? Давайте здесь побежим. Вот, мне не хватит, наверное, нормальное кольцо-то эпическое одеть. Легендарное. Дорхадгенеду. Как скажешь, демона призовешь. Так. Жилище Глендана. Все. Нахрен мы сюда пришли, кто мне скажет. Здесь есть камень. Камень. Блин, я же видел, что есть камень. Вот он. Вон он. Лагерь. Что, тусуемся? Пимсу. Раз. Надо квест выбрать, чтобы видеть, сколько нам осталось ждать. 8 часов, да? Кажется, я переспал немного. Много не мало, зато отдохнули. Второго оленятина. Блин, бомбанет, и чё, сейчас думаю, 100% какая-то херня случится. Вот я просто уверен. Не бывает, чтобы все ровно шло. Так не бывает. Ровно у нас все шло. Дичь должна происходить. Стопе. Куда мне надо было прийти? Пойти в Кирган, блять. Киргана посетить. А не сюда. Мать. Че, пил кусок куда побежал? Да? Ну конечно. Ну, там рядышком все было. Горю. Ну ладно. Что-то серия у нас капец длинная получается. Ну ладно, да пройдем сейчас и, наверное, закончим. Очень длинный. Блин, как интересно получилось-то вообще вся игра выйдет. Наверное, часов 60 записи. Практически добежали.
You again. Your curiosity is truly unquenchable.
Forgive our intrusion, Dunkus, but I really want to attend Year One's ritual. I have learned a lot thanks to you, but I still have so much left to understand.
If you were one of ours, Afra, I would be flattered to have such an inquisitive and resolute apprentice. You can attend the ritual, but promise me that you will be discreet. No Renaigse ever had this honor before.
We will do everything in our power to prove ourselves worthy of your trust, Dunkus. How are you? You must be feeling impatient.
Impatient, yes, and a little bit afraid as well.
It's only natural to be afraid, Year One. It's a new life starting for you. But I
Мне
will
только
be
интересно,
by
у него
your
вот
side,
это
now
корни с
and
головы
forever.
прорастут? Или он сейчас халканется?
You look preoccupied.
Our people have suffered many lions' attacks, often during rituals. In some villages, all the young Sinalmanawi were abducted. You seem different from the others, Zafra. But I can't help worrying.
I have nothing to do with these attacks, Dunkus, I swear.
I believe you. Otherwise, you would not be here with us. But I hope that your brothers will not be there in the shadows, ready to pounce on our children.
Times really must have changed for some Renaigse to attend our rituals. These are very different from the others. Their leader is an Onol Menawi after all.
I know I look like them, but I'm not one of them.
You may not be bonded, but your parents must have been. You should be proud and happy about it. It is probably thanks to your bond that Dunkas has accepted your presence.
Ну, что дальше? Занять места. Погнали. Мне интересно тоже посмотреть.
Aruich nestiri, adesta marar mam.
Beneda, 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 Beneda. You are an Onolmanawi now, Yawan, and soon you will heal the earth by our sides, like a real Donegad.
Клевый
Thank you,
мужик.
Dunkas. I feel so proud.
I am so happy that we can be Voglendaiga together at last.
What about you, Afra? Did you find the answers you were looking for?
It's strange. I didn't exactly understand what happened, but I am moved.
Some events must be understood with the heart, not the head.
It seems like you are right, Dunkus.
We are under attack.
Нормально.
Grab the young men. The
count on me.
Ну что ж ты никак, блядь, не научишься, а?
Your curiosity, Afra, has saved lives. If it weren't for you, people from my village would have been abducted or killed. I am infinitely grateful, especially considering that fighting against your brothers could not have been easy.
Indeed. These people were brutes. They had it coming. However, you don't know how right you are, Dunkus. I recognize some of these men.
Really? Did they belong to the governor's court?
No. They worked for my former master, Dr. Asili. I was his student for a long time before I realized this man's methods were questionable. He was so obsessed with his goals that he became cruel. But I can't believe he'd go as far as abducting people for his experiments.
You think that the Onolmanawi are used for experiments?
Now that I have seen these soldiers, I am certain of it. And I am afraid they may suffer atrocious treatment under the guise of scientific progress. I am so ashamed.
Come now, shame serves no purpose. And you are proof that the lions are not all the same.
Thank you, Dunkus. And thank you, Desade. You opened my eyes.
Угу, отлично. Теперь мы попробуем одну вещь повернуть. Давайте поговорим с Альфрой.
Desade, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
Did you have any fellow students?
Of course. We were but a small group working with Dr. Asili, but we were encouraged not to get too close to each other. It was more of a competition. Why? What's on your mind?
I wondered if you didn't feel alone at times.
Do you mean intimate relationships? I had a few here and there, but that did not change how lonely I felt. Body and mind have different needs, even though for some they seem to be one and the same. Anything else?
How did you feel when we visited the cave?
Astonishment, I think. I felt as if I had reached my goal, as if I was finding a long-lost treasure. It was strangely moving, I think. What about you?
It was a grace-filled moment indeed.
Я, честно говоря, не знаю, что надо выбирать.
Paintings taught us so much. I would never have thought that mere murals could contain so much knowledge.
Because we looked at them in a different way. To us, these paintings were more than just decorations. They were like a window into some knowledge that was completely foreign to us. I used to swear only by writings, but now I realize that there are many other ways to learn. And once more, I owe this realization to you. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart. Anything else?
I must leave you.
Ну, наверное, все на сегодня. Так что всем спасибо за внимание, за просмотр. Хорошего настроения всем и пока-пока, до встречи.